Okay, Coach, autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Houston Texans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go. Just the outlaw. I got one.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Ready?
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Watch off. They're running it. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41. Here we go. Mike 41. Mike 41. Get in the weight room. Let's go. Come on.
Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Right there in the middle. 55.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. The catch made by Miller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Jones on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. Now the 3rd year back out of Texas, Deontay Foreman. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. From just shy of midfield, Watson, the catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 11 yards there, 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check 13. Check 13.
Now it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Logan. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Watson looks to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Logan. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To the air yet again, Watson. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Come on.
A A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. They'll run on first down. Foreman showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On second down, Foreman, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Watson now going to run the option right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Fairbairn able to put this one through. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, able to record his 5th sack of the season. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone. took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Jones. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's probably
Arrived in the mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Houston Texans. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again, Jackson. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. Going deep this time for Miller, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
That's going to be caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Braxton Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Watson. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Operating from the gun. Watson, man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
As as usual, the hallmark of a good run defense? Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the gun on third, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 33. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Jackson, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 30, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is Deontay Foreman, a man who missed nearly all of 2018. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
11 yards there, first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
And it's complete. What a catch at the 7. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jackson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw again is Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Watson now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. They run with Logan. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out up around the the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named start. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Who that? Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh, 41's the Mike. 40.
Throwing is Jackson. They'll find Miller. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
41's coming. 41's the Mike. Hey, tank. Mike 41. We've got to wedge that out. Let's go, baby. Big turnover.
From the gun, Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Let's go. Off. Mike, 41's the Mike. Check 41. Let's go, D.
Now Jackson on first down. Steps away, and with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Watch that in. Tight end's right.
From the gun, Jackson. He completes it right side away. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on second and long. Jackson escaping the pressure right. There he goes inside the 30. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Rip left.
Now on second and 13, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long.
Back. We got motion. Back up. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Check three, check three.
Back to throw, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Watson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Over the middle, complete. That's Fuller. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. Watson, off play action. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Set. 19. 49. 49.
This is Logan. Touchdown, Houston. T.J. Logan in the final seconds of the first half as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A huge play there for Houston. 59 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it here with Logan. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. That's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's now 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Jackson. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Benardrick McKinney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Jones on the return. Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Foreman. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Watson hands this to Foreman, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he's going to go down again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing on 3rd and long. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Jackson now. Dancing to his left. Touchdown, Ravens.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Jackson on 1st down. And he's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 and what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson, flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Throwing now is Jackson. On the left side, a catch by White. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Jackson. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Jackson's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Now Jackson, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense stands tall. After the interception, here's Watson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 31.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the... And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. That's going to be caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.